The old man threw the new pillow on the ground. He plopped down to his knees. The man in front thought he was bowing for his birthday, but never expected the next second a huge stone would descend from above. The stone was covered with food scraps. Even stranger, the old man nearby acted as if he saw a rare delicacy, stuffing it into his mouth desperately, but the man found it utterly disgusting. Yet the old man still reminded him he should eat at least a little, because this prison was different from others. Only one meal a day was provided. If you don't eat, you'll starve. Left with no choice, the man picked a relatively clean apple, planning to eat it when hungry. Soon the stone began to descend. The old man grabbed a wine bottle, drank it, and tossed it down, along with a spit of phlegm. The man was puzzled why he did this, but the old man told him the people below would eat it anyway. They themselves were on the 47th floor. He wasn't the only one spitting. There might even be people relieving themselves above. Suddenly the man felt a wave of heat. The old man warned him he must have kept something he shouldn't, because only when the platform reached their floor did the food belong to them. If food was stolen, the room's temperature would keep rising until it burned them all to ashes. Hearing this, the man immediately threw the apple down. Soon the room's temperature returned to normal. The next day, the platform arrived at the 48th floor as scheduled, and unsurprisingly, today's food was again ruined and messy. The old man knelt before the platform as usual, devouring the food ravenously. After finishing, he even urinated on the prisoners below. Seeing this, the man was completely shocked.
Yes, and it is on us.
Hearing this, the man felt his stomach churn. He quickly changed the subject, asking how many floors there were. The old man said he didn't know. He had only been to the 132nd floor at most, and it still looked very deep below.
Give me a rough idea, that's all.
I don't know.
The man was deeply confused, looking at the old man. He didn't seem starved, but the old man pulled out a knife. Turns out he had other methods. For 3 days the man still ate nothing, until he finally couldn't hold on, carefully picking up a piece of green bean, tasting it cautiously in his mouth. The dopamine from the food drove him wild. Gradually the man adapted. He began imitating the old man, wasting food without care, eating his favorite dishes until he vomited. But one day, a disheveled woman descended on the platform. The man rushed to ask what happened, but the woman was wary. The old man warned him not to meddle. She was a madwoman, coming down every month to search for her child. Soon the stone descended again, but 2 lustful men on the 49th floor dragged her away upon seeing her. The man shouted desperately, trying to stop them, even wanting to go down and help, but each floor was 6 meters high. Jumping would mean death or disability. Soon after, the woman climbed back onto the stone, but the 2 men never reappeared. Then the man realized the horror of this prison. He began relying on the old man, adapting to the brutal environment together. But soon the old man taught him a harsh lesson. That night, a pungent smell filled the air. The old man told him they were about to change floors, hoping for a better spot. Soon everyone fell asleep, but when the man woke up, he found himself tied tightly to the bed, and the old man approached with ill intent, because their floor had been assigned to the rare 171st. Not a scrap of food remained. With that, the old man pulled out a knife. The warden angrily held a plate of cake, then picked out a strand of hair, and compared it to every chef. Because this prison was extremely strict about ingredients, the chefs would prepare all the dishes on the first floor, based on the prisoners' requests. As the platform descended, unexpectedly, by the second floor, the food was already ruined. They greedily fought over it, wasting it. By the time the platform reached the 48th floor, only a table full of garbage remained. Yet even eating foul garbage was considered lucky, because there was only one meal a day. If you didn't eat, you'd starve. When the platform reached the 171st floor, not even a crumb was left. To survive on the lower floors, you needed a stomach that wasn't picky. The old man tied his cellmate tightly to the bed. Just as the man looked confused, he gently stroked him and reassured that he wouldn't eat him outright, but would wait 7 days. If no food came down in that time, he'd take just enough to survive, without killing the man. Yet after 7 full days, not a single bite of food had descended. Starved for a week, the old man couldn't hold back. He pulled out a knife, tore open the man's pants, and sliced into his thigh. Clearly, the man had become his meal. At this moment of despair, a woman descended on the platform. She attacked the old man, and rescued the man. But when he woke from unconsciousness, he saw a horrifying sight. The woman was slowly devouring the old man. In the end, the man chose to comply, after enduring for a month. When he woke again, he was reassigned to the 33rd floor. His new cellmate was a woman, who had brought a dog, clearly a precaution against being sent to the lower floors. The woman said the prison prison had 200 floors. If no one wasted food, even the lowest floor would have enough to eat, but the man said he'd tried. No one would listen. Still, the woman wanted to try. She portioned the food onto plates and told those below to eat only what was given, then pass the rest down, floor by floor. But those below cursed at her, telling her to mind her own business. The man couldn't take it and shouted angrily at them. If they didn't comply, he'd defecate on the food. Surprisingly, it worked. The two below quieted down, but those above weren't threatened and still wasted food. Clearly, the plan failed. The next day, when the stone descended, the madwoman lay on top, badly injured. The two quickly carried her to bed and treated her wounds. But at night, the women suddenly fought. The man rushed to stop them, only to find the madwoman had killed the dog. After this, the woman lost all hope. She no longer wanted to change things, just to survive and escape. Another month passed. When the man woke from unconsciousness, he saw a horrifying sight. The woman had hanged herself, and their floor had reached the shocking 202nd. Just how many floors did this prison have? The man fell into despair. The platform held only empty bottles, and he hadn't eaten in 7 days. Hallucinations returned. He saw the old man and the dead woman. In the end, desire overcame reason. The man picked up his knife and slowly approached the corpse. With his prior experience, he survived another month. When he woke again, he found himself on the 6th floor. His new cellmate was frantic, pleading with those above for help. This was his closest chance to the exit. He begged them to help him escape. He threw up a rope and climbed excitedly. Just as he reached the 5th floor, he stretched out his hand, hoping someone would pull him up. But instead, they really gave him a hand.